Do you know that like half of the new drivers that get into this industry don't really make it through the first year? Hello to all my YouTubers, it's your boy Road Ready CDL. So today I'm just going to be, talking briefly about new drivers. Half of the new drivers that get into this industry don't really make it through the first year in this industry. And I'm gonna give you some examples on why. I'm not just gonna sit here and pretend like once upon a time I wasn't just like one of them, because when I started 3 months in my own job with the company I was working with, I almost got fired. And the reason is, first, when you get into this industry, it is very important that you ask questions from other professional drivers or other drivers that have been driving for some time. If you are too proud to ask questions, I promise you this industry will humble you. And that was what happened to me. I felt like I had it all figured out because I got my CDL. I'm the new boy in town, the new driver. I was just acting like I got it all down packed, only for me to get on the road, and I kind of had an issue with the navigation and understanding the route, only for me to miss one of my exits, which cost me 3 hours of delay to the customer's location, which was not a good situation because first and foremost, the customer was unhappy. And in this industry, your job is to satisfy your customer. You understand? You have to make sure that they are happy. And it was just a messy situation because not only was the customer unhappy, the dispatcher wasn't too. So that kind of created an issue for me with the company I was with for the first 3 months. Luckily for me, it was a grace period. That was what saved me. So it is important when you get into this industry, ask questions. I became a guy that asks every single question, most especially when it comes to understanding the route and also during bad weather season. You got to ask experienced driver on how they navigated through those times. If you act like you already got it down pat, trust me, it will humble you. And you don't want a situation where you get humbled after you've lost your job, which is not a good thing, because getting another job could, affect you, because depending on the situation that happens, it could put a point on your license and that can, delay you from getting other jobs from other good companies. And also skipping steps, meaning after every end of the day's work, and you do your pre-trip at the beginning of every shift. So remember, do your pre-trip, do your post-trip. If you need to use the book, because when I was in my CDL school, they had this little book they gave us, like a pamphlet that we had to go through to know all the things that we have to pre-trip and check. If you have to hold that to do it, don't feel embarrassed using it, because at the end of the day, your safety is more important than your pride. Let me put it like that. And also ask questions. Ask questions from drivers that are working in the same company you're working, that has been doing it for some time. That would help your life and your job easier. When you ask questions, at least now you can bypass some other kind of scenario situations that can happen, because those guys already have experience and they can guide you through to help you avoid some instances. So that's just the little nugget I want to give to you guys. And once again, thank you to everybody that tune in to watch my channel and support this page. I would really appreciate if you share this with a friend, or a friend or a family member. Just share the page, and I appreciate you guys once again. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.